Welcome to the first episode of Dad's Garage. Listen, on this vodcast podcast, you can listen through, just sound. You can listen through YouTube. I may or may not release this. So, hey, welcome. Thanks for being the test episode. Thanks for listening this morning, wherever you are. Thanks for supporting me. This podcast is going to be about dads, moms, parents. It's going to be garage relevant. We're going to be working on cars on this podcast. But while we do these things, we are going to be talking about hard-hitting topics that come from a dad's perspective. I want to talk about things the way that I do them, why I do them my way, and just maybe see if you guys feel the same way. So, welcome to episode 1. This is kind of like let's see if this is going to work. Let's see if this is a good idea. I am a certified dad. I have gray hair. That means I'm a dad. I've got 6 kids. I've been a streamer. I have dabbled in small-time farming, hobbyist. I work on cars, tractors, kids' bikes, go-karts, anything my kids need. I work on computers. I play games. I am an internet technician for a local company. They're pretty big, but, they're local to me. I've got a lot of friends and a lot of people I know. I used to be part of a podcast. This is kind of like an interview episode. I used to be part of a podcast that's actually growing pretty big now. It's called Cut the Crap. I would consider them an inspiration for this podcast. They really cut down to daily problems of the world. The difference for this podcast is I'm going to talk about my perspective a lot more. I'm going to do some interviews. I'm going to talk to other people. We're going to be getting dirty while we do it. I'm going to work on cars. I'm going to work on go-karts, little things, teach you guys how to do some stuff while we talk about these problems and while we talk about my fixes for the problems. You'll see my kids. I actually plan on interviewing each one of my children, interviewing my fiance for you guys, my parents, and other people, just so you can learn who makes me who I am and why I'm creating my children the way that I'm creating them. So for today's intro topic, we're going to be talking about participation trophies because this just came up. The school my children go to is a public-private school. It's a charter school, but it's open to the public. So it's kind of like a private school, but it is open to the public. They have an enrollment. You can get in. It doesn't cost. So they have people that range from all levels of the world. There's probably some rich people at the school. There's definitely some people around my classification. I don't got money. I work for my living. I got 6 kids, remember? The thing about participation that is a big problem in this world is that there's a lot of participation trophies. And if you break that down, it's basically just giving away a reward for doing little to nothing. And I have a big problem with that, a very big problem, because in life, while you're a child, you're learning things that you should be learning for the future. You shouldn't be taught at a young age that just because you exist, you're going to be given rewards. I love my children. I love other people's children that are part of our family, but you don't deserve what someone else has worked very hard for. This isn't politics. This isn't Republican, Democratic. This isn't all those words. This isn't that. I want to break it down. This is whether or not your effort is going to achieve anything in life. And as a child, being taught that whether it's because you don't have the opportunity to achieve or you don't want to achieve, it's the same thing. And it's not. There are cases where you don't have the opportunity. Let's say, like me, I don't have the opportunity to necessarily give as much as other parents at fundraisers. To be honest with you, I've given very minimum to the school. I don't have it to share. Times are tough for everybody. And when you think about it, there are a lot of parents that are advocating that all of the children, just because they are part of the school, should be rewarded when there's fundraisers going on, just because some children that do have a large network or a family with plenty of money that's maybe wealthy, just because they're achieving these high goals, that all of the children should be rewarded. And in some aspects, all of the children are rewarded. It's a fundraiser for the school. So anything that's bought for the school, adapted for the school, changed for the school, any of that stuff that happens because of the fundraiser, it doesn't matter if one child's family bought the entire fundraiser and 1,500 children didn't do anything. It happened for the school. But they reward the families of the the children of the families that did do a lot of effort. And there are people that think that the children who didn't have the ability, didn't want to, didn't have the chance, maybe the parents didn't have the money, which is understandable in this world. Um, they're saying that they should also receive this great praise. And this school does a lot of praising the children that didn't do anything, but they still you reward the children of the families that did do a lot. In some cases, the children worked really hard on their fundraisers. They worked really hard themselves. In some cases, yeah, mommy opened up the wallet, daddy opened up his books, and they bought the fundraiser in their class. And you know what? Power to them, because the school got what the school needed. The school's going to get the money, not as much as they probably deserve, but they're going to get something. Fundraisers are a scam in the first place, in my opinion. I would much rather them just to say, hey, we need some help. Would you donate to the school? And then dollar for dollar, everything we put into the school goes to the school. But let's break this back down to participation trophies. All of the children at the school still get something for joining. They do this thing called a fun run, which is where they ran laps for every dollar that was donated or pledged to be donated. It's really cool. I've gone every year. I didn't get to go for all of my children. I had to work, but I did get to go for a few. Last year I went for all of them. This year I couldn't. There was a class that received a lot of like keychains as a reward because their class sold the most or pledged the most. Hey, dude, I'm proud of that class. My daughter's part of that class, and I didn't pledge anything myself. I've done my fair share of other things for the school, and if this is holiday time, it's the worst time, in my opinion, to do a fundraiser. Everyone right now is scratching unless they're well off. And honestly, they're probably scratching too. So the parents that are saying that their children should receive an award or participation, this was the word used, participation, award, achievement, trophy, whatever, I fully disagree. I want my children to know that their effort, my effort, whatever it takes to do it is why you achieved what you achieved, not because someone else did it. In some aspects, yes, that means that there will be children who didn't get such and such reward. And it's okay. And it comes to the parent. It's your job to teach your child that part of what makes them unique is the fact that they didn't work on it or that they did work on it. It's part of what creates them as who they are. And realistically, for the rest of their life in the entire world, just simply existing, no one's going to hand you a trophy. You have to work hard in this world. If you don't, it's because of a couple different reasons, and we're not going to go down those roads. But you have to work hard. As a parent, as an adult, we all know people who don't work hard and it seems like they're handed everything, but you don't know everything that they have. You don't know the struggles they go through. We don't know our neighbor as well as we think we know. But if you go into adulthood thinking that, well, I've always been handed this stuff, I've always been given this and such, and I'm here, I can give my minimum effort and still receive the grandness of existence, you're going to fail. And that's what's, in my opinion, creating the waves and droves of entitlement, procrastination that's getting crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a lazy dad too, man. I don't want to do anything I don't have to do, but I have to do a lot in order to achieve what I have. And what I told these parents, and you know what? I am a little bit of a social media guy. I definitely replied. And I don't feel bad for my reply. And I wasn't mean. I wasn't rude. What I said was, it comes down to you as a parent to teach your child they're not less because they didn't receive a trophy or because they didn't receive an award. But if they want to, they got to work harder next time, or our family needs to work harder. All of the fundraisers you don't have to have a wallet or a pocketbook that opens. You can totally get out there in the world and say, hey, our school needs help. You want to pledge some money? Anywhere. Don't get me wrong. You don't have to be a social media favorite to make a TikTok that your school needs help and do it. You just have to do it. And yeah, that's one way to do it. That's one social media. I'm not going to teach you how to do everything, but it's possible. Absolutely possible. So it's not your fault as a parent for not having the money. It's not the child's fault for not doing it. There was a misparenting, a miscommunication of how to do it. That's why it didn't happen. Someone didn't put the effort forwards. Someone said, "Oh, we just don't have the ability, so we're not going to try." That's my opinion. I know that I did not sell as much as anybody else. I know that there is at least a class out of all my children that I didn't because I have in other places. That means that my child didn't win that special award, and I will explain it, and I have explained it to him. Listen, you can't win every award. Did you work hard? Let's back up. Did you do such and such and such? Okay, maybe you did work really hard and you still weren't the top. Someone worked harder than you. And in life, people are going to work harder than you. You can never, ever, ever expect to not work hard and be the best. It won't happen. But that doesn't mean that you should just accept not working hard and getting 50% of the job, 50% of the award, 75, 25, 10. Because that's not the way it works. I got to go to work every day. I got to excel at my job to keep my job. I have to do a good job taking care of my customers and things of that sort. Out here on the farm, I have to do a good job. I have to work hard. I have a lot of things, these projects that are around me. I call them my projects, but realistically, they're what keep me moving and keep me getting rewarded for the things I'm doing. They're this truck right here one day will be one of my children's. I can't just be like, oh, well, I don't feel like putting a motor in it. It'll just magically appear. So I broke it down and I said to these parents, listen, use this as a learning experience for your child. You are an equal teacher to your children as the teachers they go to school, if not a greater teacher. I feel like I'm a greater teacher for my children. I don't mean I can teach them math. I don't mean I can teach them science. But while they teach them those things and they teach them the skills that they need right now, it's my job to teach them life skills. It's my job to teach them that why they didn't achieve an award. It's my job to show them the world and show them that they have to work hard. So that's my opinion on it. Use it as a learning method. Don't ask for participation trophies because it's ruining the ones who are achieving. If you have a child that works super hard on it, but everyone got the award, it doesn't make them want to work super hard on it in the future. I've never heard a good argument for everybody should be a winner no matter if they try hard or not. That's just not a good argument. That's not going to happen. It's not. I don't have a 6-pack of abs and I'm not some big muscle strong guy that can lift up a car because I haven't worked hard towards it. I shouldn't be given a trophy that I'm a muscle man if I haven't been a muscle man. I don't have a certificate that says I'm a certified 7-year mechanic, went to school. Because I'm not. I didn't go through the work. I can't be certified for that. I'm not world's greatest dad. None of us are the greatest parents. We're all learning. But don't put it off on other people to give your children an award or to say, hey, my child should get a participation because we weren't given the same opportunity. Because you were. You are. You are given the same opportunity all the time. You can always try. Always. And you are worth it. Your children are worth it. You've got to see the right things to do, and it can be really hard. And that's why I want to make this podcast. That's why I want to share my opinion, because I get told so much by people that I'm motivational to them. I help them. And honestly, it's just them inspiring me. I have a lot of friends in a lot of different parts of the world. I've got friends on every single continent. And it all come from me working hard to meet people, streaming, podcasting, streaming, all the things that I've done. I'm not huge. You don't know me. You're learning about me right now. And you know why? Because I haven't put the effort forwards. I can't be handed an award. So you have to teach your children now that they can't be. I hope that message doesn't get misperceived as me being rude. Because facts can be really rude. And it can hurt people's feelings. And I'm not the guy that's going to say, hey, listen, your feelings are going to get hurt, but they are. If you allow them to be, they will get hurt. Use everything as a learning lesson. Everything in life should be a learning lesson. Every failure is a step towards success. Everyone. A man a long time ago told me to keep working. You know, you'll never be where you want to stop. You'll never be there if you don't work. You got to keep working. You know, I just, participation trophies are an absolute horrible thing. I have a trophy that I'm ashamed of. It was a participation trophy. When I was a child, I went to something called basketball camp. Yeah, short little white dude me, I went to basketball camp. My parents put me in basketball camp. I think it was because I wasn't a good kid. I don't know why they put me in basketball camp. I got a little copper medal. I did earn that medal, in my opinion, as a child, but everybody got one. So as an adult, I'm like, oh, that medal didn't mean anything. My parents did not tell me this medal was because you did great. My parents told me you got this medal because we paid for it. You went to this thing. You know, and that taught me I'm not good at basketball. I can't be something I'm not. I got to practice and get better if I want to be good at basketball. And I chose, look at me, athletic isn't my job. It's not. I'm real. I'm being real. But if I was just handed a gold medal saying, hey, you could be a basketball player, and I put all that effort in, but I didn't, that, and in my fullest 100% opinion, that is what is wrong with our education. Not the system, but what's wrong with our education from parents. You guys want the world for your children. I want the world for my child, for all of my children. But they have to work hard at it. And they may fail, but it's my job to be here when they fail and teach them that this is how you failed. Let's get up, let's dust ourselves off, and let's go again. I'm hoping that this episode was good enough for you guys. And if you want to know more, you want to talk more, you want to send me some topics, you want to talk about something, you want my opinion on something, I will totally do it. This is basically an intro. I wanted to talk a little bit about something, give you guys who I am. I go by Wyldcore a lot, Wyldcore. But, you know, I am Preston. That's who I am. Ain't nobody like me. I mean, gray hair and all, you know. I plan on having more guests. I have some really close friends that would love to be in here. This is my shop. This is the Richardson Ranch, which is my farm's name. This is our shop here. This is our pole barns down here. This is where we get jiggy with things, man. Projects. The children come out here. They learn hands-on tools. They learn things they're going to do. They swing on tire swings, you know. They break a nail. They get, you know, they learn lessons. And hopefully I can share that with everybody. Hopefully we can get some other opinions in here. And if you like what you've heard today, you liked what you watched today, if you're watching it, like me, follow me, subscribe, whatever, and share. Let's get out there. I want to reach as many people and share my opinion and my way of thinking, because I'm not right. I'm not the only person in the world that thinks the way I think, and I'm not the last person that's going to think this way. And maybe I can help one person. If I can help one person, I'm pretty damn happy, you know? But I don't want a trophy. Look, I'm out. You guys have a good day because you woke up today. And every day you wake up is a better day than the day before because somebody didn't wake up today. And I give a moment of silence for the person that didn't wake up today. I'm very sorry. Stay classy, not sassy.